Lagos State government restates commitment to reclaim drainage setbacks in Apapa. President Tinubu charges armed forces not to relent in protecting Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Trinidad and Tobago hit by mysterious ship oil spill, and Sport Super Eagles coach eyes 2023 AFCON victory. Now the details, Dele Agadumo. Lagos State government has reiterated its determination to reclaim all its drainage setbacks in Apapa from encroachment, following a meeting with property owners and residents. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, said for several years the ministry has not been able to access the 8 major drains for maintenance due to encroachment. Wahab directed enforcement officers to ensure that all contravening of properties are served with the mandatory notices, as the state will not cherry-pick properties for enforcement. According to him, the law requires that drainage channels across the state should have thorough access for cleaning, and the government is determined to find a realistic solution to the flooding in the areas. And as a result of this, contravention notices will be served to all residents from Monday. The commissioner said the natural setback for all drainage channels is 3 meters, but the ministry decided to put a human face to its decision, which brought about the reduction to 2 meters. General Manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, LASODA, Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, has reiterated the willingness of the agency to collaborate with organizations supporting the rights of persons with disabilities, PWDs. Oyetunde Lawal stated this during the courtesy visit to LASODA by a team from the Center for Women's Health and Information, CHEWIN, an independent non-profit organization established for the promotion of and respect for the human rights of women and young girls, especially their sexual and reproductive health. She said it is essential that a holistic approach is employed to ensure messages are disseminated to cause a change of mindset on persons with disabilities, stressing that conscious efforts must be made to educate the people that persons with disabilities are part of the society. Earlier, leader of the visiting team, Tinuke Odukoya, said the center is currently carrying out a project that is funded by the United Nations Trust Fund, aimed at putting an end to violence against girls and women, regardless of status or disability. The main objective of the project, according to her, is to strengthen the existing prevention and response structure in Lagos and Osun State to provide adequate response to women and girls with disabilities. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has engaged about 200 religious leaders in the state on SGBV, stating that the huge role of religious clerics in educating their congregations and curbing the spread of the menace cannot be overemphasized. Executive Secretary of DSVA, Titilola Vaivo Adini, explained that sexual and gender-based violence is not a respecter of age, class, grade, or religion, stressing that anybody can perpetrate it and anyone can also become a victim. As such, it is important to engage religious leaders on this important social issue. Vaivo Adini stated that there are 22 specialized police stations in the state that can be reached on issues of domestic and gender-based violence, adding that the High Courts and Magistrate Courts have the criminal jurisdiction to grant a restraining and protection order against an abusive partner or spouse. The presiding chaplain, Chapel of Christ the Light, Lagos State, Oladile Ajayi, said the church has been and would continue to be at the forefront to ensure several marriages that are on the verge of collapse are restored. On his part, the chief missioner, Nasirullah Li Fatih Society, NASFAT, Abdulaziz Onike, said Islam preaches peace and a tranquil ambience between couples and frowns at any act that can jeopardize peaceful coexistence among the people. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has charged the armed forces to continue to protect Nigeria's territorial integrity against all threats, commending them for their dedication to duty and sacrifices for the nation. The president, while speaking at an event marking the Diamond Jubilee of the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna, assured the military of his administration's commitment to its welfare, as well as unflagging support in the discharge of its duties. President Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, commended the past and present leadership of the NDA for the quality of military and academic training, which has continued to attract clientele from other African nations. The NDA was established about 6 decades ago on February 5th, 1964. The institution has undergone various stages of transformation in its quest to fulfill its mandate of training officers for the Nigerian Armed Forces. Following the tragic attacks resulting in the loss of over 200 lives across 3 local government areas in Plateau State, Bokos, Mangu, and Barkin Ladi, President Bola Tinubu has approved the immediate establishment of a military barracks. The barracks will be located in Miller Farm as Gadabiu Mba district of Bokos local government area. President Tinubu has directed the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, to coordinate the implementation of this initiative to address the security challenges facing the region. Once operational, the barracks will swiftly intervene to address the relentless attacks and killings in Bokos, Mangu, Riyom, Barkin Ladi, and neighboring Nasarawa State. Now to foreign news. Trinidad and Tobago is considering declaring a national emergency over a huge oil spill from a ship that ran aground and overturned this week. Some 1,000 volunteers have now joined government staff to clean up the spill. The Chief Secretary of the island of Tobago, Farley Augustine, said the government may designate the accident a Level 3 disaster, the highest. The spill is currently Level 2, meaning the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management believes that the country can deal with the spill. A national emergency is declared when local resources become overwhelmed and international assistance is needed. No emergency calls were made. Now, sports Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro has reiterated his desire to beat Cote d'Ivoire and lift the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations trophy. The final clash between Super Eagles and Cote d'Ivoire kicks off at 9 p.m. at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium in Epimpe, Abidjan. The Portuguese tactician is preparing for his first AFCON final in his maiden appearance after a lot of criticism before the start of the competition. Speaking during the pre-match press conference ahead of the much-anticipated final, Peseiro said playing an AFCON final was important and that he would like to win. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, speed thrills but kills. Avoid excessive speeding. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration began Community Tourism Initiative? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, try the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has reiterated its determination to reclaim all its drainage setbacks in Apapa from encroachment following a meeting with property owners and residents. President Bola Tinubu has charged the armed forces to continue to protect Nigeria's territorial integrity against all threats, commending them for their dedication to duty and sacrifices for the nation. We also told you that Trinidad and Tobago is considering declaring a national emergency over a huge oil spill from a ship that ran aground and overturned this week. And in sports, Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro has reiterated his desire to beat Cote d'Ivoire and lift the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations trophy. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.